This is our community literacy project. It is by Angela Formaster, Hannah Hall, Aubrey Hillam, Melody Green, and Malia Ellsworth. Our three big ideas for this project are similarities and differences in the communities, how this impacts our future teaching, and embracing the students' culture in the classroom. We hope you enjoy.
These are our three similarities that we found in the communities. The first was the need for schools. All of the communities we went to seemed to have schools there that were different, but they all incorporated education. There's also restaurants, stores, and businesses. All of them had some sort of mall where people could come and enjoy the community experience together. There was also means of transportation and public transportation. All of them were close to trains, buses, and very busy intersections. And then there was also advertisements and signs promoting businesses. All of these locations had places for families to come and visit, and they were all advertised there.
The differences between these areas. So some of the main differences that we saw is that the big name and the big chain businesses usually laid within the mainstream communities. And the smaller businesses, like mom or pop businesses, they were usually in the more immigrant communities. Mainstreams were definitely more architecturally advanced. And there's more culture and diversity in the immigrant community than the mainstream community.
So to take away from this experience, some of the main ideas we kind of learned as future educators was that to really get to know and understand our students as individuals, we need to understand where they come from, the text they're surrounded by, and what they come in contact with every day. Also, we learned that texts and literacies can be different for anybody and everyone. They can be found in pictures, they can be found in houses, they can be found on billboards, signs, restaurants, and they can completely be almost about anything. One of the last kind of takeaway ideas we thought of was that we really need to, as future teachers, incorporate students' backgrounds and their home lives into our teaching. We need to bring in text from their environment into the school environment to help them understand and learn content and material better.
So we also felt that it was important that we embrace students' culture and environment. So we came up with some ideas on how we could do that. And the first thing we said was that we should make the classroom environment encultured. And ways we can do that is, for example, in the mainstream community, we saw a lot of texts that were written in multiple languages, such as Spanish. So you could get online and find some textbooks that are in Spanish or maybe even other languages. And maybe you could even set aside some time in your classroom to read those textbooks and encourage those students who speak that language to kind of help the other students understand what the text is saying. We also said that it's important to promote respect for all communities and cultures. Respect is a big thing for me. So basically that means that everybody should feel free to share who they are and what their culture means to them without having to worry about being criticized or, I guess you could say, set apart in the classroom. Then, like we said before, bringing the community text into the classrooms. Like with multicultural, we saw a lot of text in the immigrant community that was multicultural. We also saw a lot of text that had more meaning than what meets the eye. For example, we saw a bicycle that was placed by some railroad tracks to represent somebody who died. So you could use that kind of text to maybe teach empathy and kind of being aware of what's going on. In the more mainstream community, we saw a lot of larger houses and larger houses. And then, there are also more things like country clubs. So obviously those students' view of the community is a bit different than the main students who live in immigrant communities. So incorporating that into the classroom, making the classroom relevant. And then the last thing we said was to make a classroom an LRE classroom. And LRE is actually a special education term, but it applies in this context too. And basically what we mean is that the classroom should not restrict the students' culture. So the students should feel free to express their culture in the classroom without having to worry about that. That's it.
And just to wrap up, we would like to go over these just one more time. Our 3 big ideas were similarities and differences in the community, how this impacts our future as a teacher, and embracing the students' culture in the classroom. Thanks, Bianca, for listening, and we hope you enjoy.
Bye, Bianca.
Bye.
This is our community literacy project by Angela Formaster, Hannah Hall, Aubrey, and Malia.
Okay, go.
Hi, this is our community literacy project. This project is by Angela.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, okay. It already is 5 seconds
Okay, go.
in.
Oh.
Hold on.